Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. So Sri Ramakrishna is asking, because he is looking sickly, are you meditating too much? We have to follow the middle path, Madhyapanta, not to exceed the limits, either loosen nor stretch. I have a request to make to you, to M, he is telling. He is shifting the topic and talking to M now. Please tell Baburam to stay with me a day or two during Rakal's absence. Rakal is there with Master. Now Latu is also very frequently coming. And in the absence of Rakal, he wants Baburam to come. They are extremely pure to the core. That Sri Ramakrishna can bear their touch and services. Otherwise, I shall feel very unhappy. Yes, sir, I shall tell him. Because one of the important things is, for these people, worldly talks and worldly matters makes them, for whom am I striving? Who wants? What for am I here? If there are no devotees, there are no aspirants. A teacher is there. If students are not there, what for is the teacher? Like that they feel. Oh, when I go anywhere, any subject that is disinteresting for me, I don't entertain or enjoy. Like that, Sri Ramakrishna and these saints cannot withstand for long the absence of the devotees or these real aspirants who are aspiring for. Casual inquirers, many come and go. They don't mean they ask so many questions, and they are just as if they are checking what all he knows. But it will not transform their life. But the fact that they have met a sadhu or met a incarnation, met a thing that will slowly give the warmth for the warmth alone, like the hen sits over the egg to give warmth. The thing is within, he is divine within. The divinehood within, just meeting, he doesn't accept. He doesn't bow down, he doesn't know, but still a meeting, just casual meeting. That is the seed that enters. It is giving warmth to the inner divine awareness. It may take many, many lives for it to germinate, but it does. But immediately you cannot see any improvements or changes, because inner crest of vasana is so strong and so thick, it has to wear it out, takes long time. Then all things, blessings of elders, prayers of sages, all these start working at a time. Some amount of the crest that has formed hard because of the vasanas, repeated enjoyments, physically, worldly, to slowly, it takes life's time for many people to reduce it to half the thickness. It may take few lives, but it is worth. One life or the other is going to nearby. That's why they feel unhappy. Yes, sir, I shall tell him. Sri Ramakrishna asked him whether he thought that Baburam was guileless. Presently, Master left them, going in the direction of the pine groves. After a few minutes, M and Latu, standing in the Panchavati, saw Master coming back towards them. Behind him, the sky was black with the rain cloud. Its reflection in the Ganges made the water darker. How beautiful scenes might have been there. The disciples felt that Master was God incarnate, a divine child, 5 years old, radiant with the smile of innocence and purity. What was their understanding? What they were viewing? M, who is physically present there, is noting to be given to us. That's what we are reading now. Around him were sacred trees of Panchavati, under which he had practiced spiritual discipline and had beheld visions of God. Panchavati, they are standing there. Thakur is coming towards them. At the feet flowed the sacred river Ganges, the destroyer of man's sins. The presence of this God-man changed the trees, shrubs, flowers, plants, and the temples with spiritual fervor and divine joy. Everything, whatever type of people move about, the whole atmosphere changes. You can see any institution, how is that head or a country king? Each time a king comes, the whole atmosphere changes. Each time the head of an institution comes newly, the whole atmosphere changes. Like that, when bad people come, everywhere that smell of badness is there. Everybody is like mob mentality. If you are there in a mob, you start behaving like mob. Few people were going. They saw a crowd. They were passing through the crowd, and crowd was shouting, "He is wrong, he is wrong." Then they were curious to know what is he is wrong. There is somebody on the stage talking to people, and he has used something that is unpleasant to the people. And one raised the objection. No, this is not right. All started. And these people also felt, yes, he is wrong. These people also started shouting, you are wrong, along with these people. Just going somewhere, hearing this, they have already given the judgment and joined the mob. This is called mob mentality. So if you are there with people who go on talking about politics, unconsciously you will be started talking about politics. If you move with medical professions, you start analyzing the body and diseases and all that. Spontaneously, within a year or so, you start talking about the medical problems. If you are with military people, you start talking about wars and this and that. The mentality. Now Sri Ramakrishna is there. The whole atmosphere is charged with spirituality. Every tree is as if it is speaking something, that it is telling a story. water of Ganga. She is telling a story as if how many centuries I have been seeing this place of Dakshineshwar. It was waiting and waiting for the God-man to appear and sanctify that land. Ganga is telling, at last he has come. Like that, wherever you see some spiritual awakening, one spiritual thing, in our ashrama also, when we move about, there are so many small shrines. From top to, just to go around, you can have an antaryatra within the ashrama. Main shrine is there, old shrine is there, Ganga is there on one side, Shiva's place is there, the Holy Mother's rock is there, Swamiji's statue is there. Just to move from one place, Durga cellar is there, Ganesha Guha is there. Everything reminds you of something. When we were there for 2 years in training center in Bailurmath, how we used to move about morning. After the morning, we'll go to the temple 4:30 in the morning and come out by 5:45, and then just we finish and it will be just dawn. We'll be going through all the temples in the ashrama, going down one by one. So we'll go from there from main shrine, we go to the Holy Mother's shrine, from there Brahmanaji's shrine, and then from there we go down to Brahmanaji's shrine, we go down to Dakshineshwar, Kali, and all those places. Then we'll go to Swamiji's room, old shrine, all that we finish, and again come to the Holy Mother's temple, go to Swamiji's temple, go to the cremation ground, all these places, again go back to the train. After coming, when we go to Swamiji's temple from there, where Sri Ramakrishna was cremated, that place is there. There we bow down. After coming, for years, we will be passing through the same scenes. Every day, Bailurmath Antaryatra. We do. We go on going down. It takes just 5 minutes, but it opens up a new awareness. When we go from one place to another place, that place memories we carry, and that shrine, we have a shrine, but that old shrine where we lived for many years will be there in front of our eyes. And this is another new shrine. So how the atmosphere, wherever we go, we carry the atmosphere which we have there and release those waves and newly create an atmosphere and then start living in it again. So we move with spirituality, spiritual awareness. Evil people will move with their evil tendencies and radiate those things wherever they go. At his feet flowed the sacred river Ganges, who destroyed the sins of people. Sri Ramakrishna returned to his room and sat on the small couch. There were 2 couches, one small and one slightly bigger. He began to praise a medicine that contained brahmachari had prepared for him. A brahmachari had prepared a medicine for him. He started praising it. Referring to this man, Hazra said, He is now entangled in many worldly anxieties. What a shame. Look at Nabi Chaitanya of Konnagar. Though a householder, he has put on red cloth. Master, what shall I say? I clearly see that God Himself, who has assumed all these forms, therefore I cannot take anybody to task. Somebody has done some mistake, somebody is pointing out. He says, I see divine in everyone. I cannot scold now. Anybody does anything. Because God is playing. When you see the reality, first thing you become silent. World is being governed by God. We are seeing our profits and judging. What will I get? What will I get? Is right or wrong is my understanding with my little mind and intelligence. This drops away as we grow. So this our decision. Another will be giving on the same thing, another view, another decision. Who is right? But a jnani sees divine play going on. God has become everything and playing to enjoy His own creation. He has become Himself universe, just like a ocean of water, a small portion of water becomes ice to enjoy the whole the ocean. I want to enjoy ocean. The ocean thinks itself, I want to enjoy myself. All people enjoy, but I am not able to enjoy myself because I am bliss. So bliss takes a manifestation. It manifests itself as eyes. A small ice is formed. Now as eyes, the same ocean is enjoying its vastness, its coolness. It's joyfully floating within the water. Like that, God has created Himself, this one, and is playing in various roles. Somewhere as tiger, somewhere as crow, somewhere as fish, all varieties, somewhere as human, good, bad, bad man, everything is what he has become. Old, young, man, woman, noble, ignoble, all this. One has become exactly like what you see in dream world. In dream world, whatever you see is mind alone, except mind, nothing is there. Mind has become tiger, mind is standing there as tiger, mind is standing. He may get frightened, he may weep, he may shout, but when he wakes up, he is calm. Because he sees, oh, all was play of mind. Nothing was there except mind. Similarly, he sees there is nothing except God. God has become everything. Sri Ramakrishna is telling his experience, that experience of his. I cannot scold anybody. Hazra. Narendra is again involved in a lawsuit. Vinayakananda, who is going to become, Hazra is commenting about him. Narendra is again involved in lawsuit. Master, he does not believe in Shakti, the Divine Mother. If one assumes a human body, one must recognize her. Hazra. Narendra says, if I believed in Shakti, all would follow me, therefore I cannot. Master, but it is not good for him to go to the extreme of denying the Divine Mother. He is now under the Shakti jurisdiction. Even a judge, while giving evidence in the case, comes down and stands in the witness box. What a beautiful example. What all he has observed, you see. A judge, when he gives as evidence. He has to come down and stand in the box, and he is the one who is going to give judgment. He is in the justice, and anywhere he has to give evidence, he has to come stand there and give. Because he is under law and order. He may be judged sometime, but he is not eliminated from being in the... But when he resigns, it's a different case. When he is... similarly, though he doesn't accept, Narendra doesn't accept, he is in the jurisdiction of nature. Where, as nature keeps, he has to be there, nothing else. Sukha, dukkha, joys and sorrows of life, the places where he goes to, how he is going to stay, every moment is decided by nature. You cannot escape that till you realize your own self. I am not this body and mind. I am Atman, I am spirit. That realization, God alone is true, all this is passing through, is the truth. At that time only he is free from the nature's clutches. Because he is still in the nature clutches, he has to accept Divine Mother, who is governing all lives and this universe. How perfectly universe is going on, you see. Whether it is seed formation or tree growing, vegetables, fruits coming, fruit falling down, with the seed again entering into becoming another tree, sunrise and sunset, without fail, exact times, how the things are going on, you see. That law and order and life, all things are governed by Divine Mother. To M. Have you seen Naren lately? M. Not during the last few days. Master, see him and bring him here in a carriage. To Hazra, well, what is his relation to this, meaning himself? Hazra, it expects help from you. It expects help from you, the relationship. Master, and what about Bhavnath? Would he come here so frequently if he did not have good tendencies? What about Harish and Latu? They always meditate. Why is that? Hazra, that's right. Why should they devote their time to meditation? It's quite different thing for them to stay here, to attend to your personal needs. Master, possibly you are right. Perhaps others may take their place now. Hazra left the room, leaving the master alone with them. You see how the discussion is going on about Naren. Naren's topics Sri Ramakrishna raises now and then and discusses with these people to make them curious and note Naren. He knows what is Naren. He has brought him to the world. But he wants people to analyze, because later on they have to follow him. The whole world has to change. What is these people's opinion? If I ask again and again what their opinion is, then they'll be observing Naren's actions and movements keenly. How a perfected soul coming down to the world lives like an ignorant man. He is Purna Jnani. He has come down to teach Just because he is possessing a body has been put over, he is thinking he is that body. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is going to present to him how these Ishvara Kotis, who are perfected soul, assume a body, how they struggle to get rid of this body identity, how much of they weep and laugh. At last, when this one falls off the veil of ignorance, then they breathe freely. Oh, I am that, I am that. So he has to give and see that each one's opinion is not affecting his. He is totally independent that way, not to be affected by anybody's comment. He will go in his own way because he has been commissioned to do that. But these people also must know slowly what we are. When we compare ourselves with the other things, we know what we are really. So the one thing is to see the perfected soul coming, occupying the body and showing all the imperfections of a normal human being and suddenly emerging out and coming again to their self-awareness. Another is where we are, what am I? Slowly they will start understanding, and then they have to follow him to reach that path and goal. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.